Arsenal 1, Watford nil. Formerly known as relegation candidates Arsenal. Arsenal is going to be relegated this season. Man United are going to finish above Arsenal. Come chat to me now. Come chat to me now because Arsenal Football Club are officially 8 games unbeaten in the Premier League so far, 10 games unbeaten in all competitions, including the Cup. And chat to me now because my team picked up 3 points at the weekend. What did your team do? That's right, your team dropped points. But 1-0 away from 1-0 at home, Watford coming to our ground, our own yard, and only for us to scrape 1 goal at home. Was that performance good enough, or did we just get lucky? Before I get into this instant match reaction, do make sure to give a like on this video if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. And stay tuned for the rest of my match reaction. But first, let me go ahead and run back that intro real quick. So overall, Arsenal scraped 3 points in our own yard. And Watford, at the start of the game, they kind of took the sting and the intensity away from us in the game. In the first half itself, we weren't really forcing much into them. We let them take the sting out of the game. We weren't as direct as we needed to be. And we let Watford get through on deep blocks to get into shape later on into the game. We weren't as quick as we needed to be. And let me speak for itself. The officiating in this game was absolutely horrendous and atrocious. Watford committed a lot more fouls than us and got fewer yellow cards. Again, comes down to poor officiating, but more importantly, we should not make false judgment on the fact that we did have some individual errors. Overall, defensively, we done well today, which, we deserved the 3 points. We had a lot more passion for the game and wanted it more. 1 second. Sorry. We did really well defensively. We were set up well. And one thing I will give credit to is for Arteta. In that second half, he really showed the team stop sitting back and inviting pressure onto us. And our defense performed well again today, something I will give credit to when and where it's due. Our forward line today, Aubameyang, it wasn't his greatest game today. It wasn't his best performance. And let's be real here, he made some really poor touches. Especially with the chance that Bukayo Saka had that was ruled offside. Aubameyang, if he didn't give a touch on that ball, that may have been a goal that was given. Again, when Odegaard made a really good shot, Aubameyang had to step into it and had another poor touch on the ball and nearly stole that goal off of Odegaard. It just felt like he was too greedy, even though his head wasn't really into the game. We were good defensively, but we scraped a goal and, failed to convert our chances. We were good attackingly and controlled most part of that first half. We sustained pressure well, and we deserved the win overall, but scraping 1 point at home just felt like it wasn't that great of a performance. But I will give credit to Tomiyasu, Ben White, Sambi Lukanga, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Smith Rowe, Saka, to name a few. They done really well today. And one player I do need to give a lot more credit and, mention to is for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Considering Partey is injured and out, Ainsley did want to play in this role for a long time. And considering he doesn't play week in and week out 90 minutes of football, playing with someone entirely new like Sambi Lukanga, who you haven't really played with much before, Ainsley Maitland-Niles done well today and set up Saka for that first goal that was ruled offside. He was good with high presses through the edge of the Watford box, and he put in that shift today, and he really played for the badge today. He made some very nice touches in the middle and deserves a lot of credit. He filled, in for Party when Party was out injured. And that's what I wanted to see. Seeing Ainsley step up to that role, I was really nervous and hesitant before the game started. And he done well today, and he did deserve man of the match given to him from Sky. Some of you guys might say Smith Rowe deserved man of the match, but Smith Rowe for me has been Arsenal's player of the season so far. And every single week, that Hale End kid brings in 110% on the pitch. And, he plays at a better level than the other players in our squad. He times his run well, got a beautiful goal, but credits to Ben White for that assist and beautiful pass through to Smith Rowe to get that goal. And even when Watford were trying to get us on the counterattack, Smith Rowe managed to cut through, intercept the ball, deviate the ball from Watford, preventing them from getting anywhere near chances of scoring on goal. And he deserves a lot of credit, even though he doesn't do the flair and he doesn't do those step overs that some of us would like to see. He does do that work, and he covers a lot more ground territorially, which is something, we needed to see. And in that second half, tactically, Arteta changed him up to almost play like a striker up front and went a lot up front on the pitch and works back as well. He done the work today and he put in that shift today, and it paid off. If Smith Rowe goes on to carry this kind of performance week in and week out and put 110% on the pitch today, the only place he's going is upwards and onwards from here. It was really great to see. Credits to him. And it's time to appreciate the both of them, but especially that link up with Ben White and Gabriel has been working consistently and has been working like bread and butter. If they can continue to have this kind of positional awareness, a vision for through balls, timing your runs and making really good passes and continuing to finish off those chances that you get in the final third, leading to goals, the only way up is upwards and onwards for the Arsenal. And, we lost a lot of position in poor places. I will say Sambi Lukanga in that second half was dispositioned 2 times in the second half. And Ben White, because he was on top of his game today, he really made up for the errors that Sambi made. And again, Sambi is kind of raw off the ball. He's a bit young, but he has stepped up in that role as well. And he is growing into the role, so I won't be too harsh on him. And I think we did well today. The one thing I will say is credits to Arteta. He did get at the players for sitting back and inviting pressure onto us. This game could have easily ended 4-0 or 5-0 if Ben Foster didn't make those brilliant saves. Ben Foster made the save for the Gabriel header, the Aubameyang penalty, and even the last shot by Sambi Lukanga. He made some phenomenal saves today, and he deserves a lot of credit. Watford could have easily been a worse day at the office for them if it wasn't for Ben Foster. I do want to also mention the mix-up between Ramsdale and White. King had an empty net to aim at, which was really scary. But more importantly, I felt like it was a miscommunication between Ben White and Ramsdale because Ramsdale had come so far out and up front. Ben White froze and didn't really know what to do. I'm so grateful that didn't go in, as we would have only picked up a point at home right before the international break. Considering Man United dropped points, Chelsea dropped points, and West Ham at this point are leading into the game with an Alisson own goal as we speak. We really needed the 3 points, and we needed to capitalize on teams dropping points. It felt like Ben White had lost concentration and didn't really know what to do, but we really can't do that against a team like Liverpool, who knows how to break us apart and who has history of battering us in our own yard, home and away. And Liverpool is in full form right now. We can't afford to sit back and invite pressure onto us. When we go a goal up, when we have a lead into the game, we can't invite pressure onto us. And we really need to maintain that momentum and pace from minute 1 onto minute 90 onwards. And it felt like Ben White had poor clearance today. With that chance, that mix up between Ramsdale and White. Other than that, Ben White was phenomenal today and really deserved a lot of credit today in that defensive backline. That defensive whole backline has done really well. And it's a no-brainer because we really invested a lot of money in this transfer window to improve our defensive backline, which is showing end product and is showing on the pitch today. And Ramsdale, because he was so close to the touchline, he should have just cleared it out instead of waiting for Ben White to do something. The red card for Kuka, about time, because the officiating in this game was absolutely horrendous and woeful. It felt like Watford had paid the referee, or Ranieri had bought the referee. They were down for 10 men in the last 10 minutes. About time that red card was given. Even Danny Rose should have easily been given a red card for the tackle on Lacazette winning us the penalty. But again, poor officiating overall. But one thing I will say, instead of blaming poor officiating, we do really have to focus on us as a unit and as a cohesive unit. And going on to play Anfield away after the international break, I will take the 3 points at home in our own yard. And, we're now 10 games unbeaten overall with Mikel Arteta. And after the start to the season, losing 3 games back to back, getting our ass whooped by Man City away from home, we're trying to build consistency. We're trying to build momentum and trying to build a foundation, which, I will give credit when and where it's due to Mikel Arteta and to these players for showing that passion and putting in that work rate and effort on the pitch. It's one thing to make an apology post when we lose games, but it's another thing to put those words into practice on the pitch. And like I always say, if the shirt is too heavy or if the cannon's too heavy, don't wear the shirt. But right now, I don't really have much critiques or players that I dislike in our squad. I'm actually really happy with the starting 11 that we tend to do and the formation that Arteta has been playing recently. The only change today was Thomas Partey out, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles stepped up to that role comfortably. Partey, hopefully he is back before the Liverpool game, but I feel because he's out injured, I don't think he will be going on international duty, which is great. We won't be picking up those injuries. Some of you lot have felt really disappointed with Ben White and Smith Rowe not getting called up by Gareth Southgate. But one thing I will say is look at the positives. We're not really going to risk them getting injured. Hats off to Ramsdale and Bukayo Saka for getting called up yet again for Gareth Southgate's England squad at this international break. It is the last international break, so whether you guys enjoy international football or dread it like myself, Southgate's football can be really boring to watch, even though I do support England. But like I will say before I end this off and read some of your comments, the relegation candidates Arsenal are now on an 8-game unbeaten run in the Premier League and have had Ben White himself as a player has held more clean sheets the entire Man United squad. So all of you lads who are running your mouths about, Arsenal are going to get relegated, you spent this much on your defense and your defense is shit, you're leaking goals right, left, and center, come chat to me now. And I know we don't have a trophy yet, and I know we're only playing 1 game a week, but the way Man United be playing now, it feels like they're also playing 1 game a week, So I will give credit to our players when and where it's due. Hey, everyone in the chat, hope you're well. Hi, Uncle Lori, hope you're well. And hi, Daniel, hope you're well. I'm really a bit nervous for the Liverpool game, to be honest. Glitch, thank you for tuning in. And Drake, hope you're well. 10 games unbeaten overall and 8 games unbeaten in the Premier League. I believe. So I'm really proud with the squad. And, going on to play Liverpool away from a home, I'm nervous because I don't know what to expect. And I don't want us to sit back and invite pressure onto us. Liverpool, we're not at the level yet, like a Liverpool, like a Man City, to, break down teams easily with their tactics. We're still trying to get into that. Big up, Agar. Hope you're well. And hopefully we maintain this consistency and this form that we have. That's all that matters. And as of now, I will take the 3 points at home, but I really felt like we could have converted our attacking chances into goals. And Aubameyang today, it just felt like it wasn't his game today. He should have been subbed off early on, brought in the likes of a Gabriel Martinelli early on into the game, and maybe that would have been an impact. But Aubameyang, it just felt like he was trying to rob other people of their chances on goal. Hi, Sharky. Hope you're well. But that's all for my match reaction. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts of the Arsenal versus Watford game. At the end of the day, we are sitting in 5th right now in the Premier League table as it stands. And, I'm so glad we've finally kind of turned a corner. It's too late to say whether we're going to keep this consistency and momentum. I'll be honest with you guys, I was really confident for this game, and whenever I feel too confident about Arsenal, I always know that somehow they're going to end up letting me down and disappointing me. So it kind of felt a bit hesitant. And when I saw the lineup, I was really impressed. I didn't really expect much changes. Kieran Tierney back with the squad. It was great that he didn't start because he was eased his way into light training coming back from injury. So I am impressed with that. And hats off to Arteta for not rushing him back from injury. Hey, Static, hope you're well. But I hope you all enjoyed the game today. More importantly, we got the 3 points at home when other teams drop points. but we can't be scraping points like this to a team like Liverpool that likes to play high line pressing football. We really need to get our A game and be on top of our game from minute 1 to minute 90, and that's where it matters. But that's all for me today. I hope you all enjoyed this match reaction, and if you haven't already, do leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts of the Arsenal versus Watford game, and let me know your thoughts on that mix-up between Ramsdale and Ben White, which could have led to a Watford goal. Thankfully, it didn't, and we move upwards and onwards. Last but not least, up the Arsenal, and I will see you all again for Fantasy Premier League advice for game week 12 right after the international break. More importantly, you lot have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your weekend and have a good international break. I'm going to miss the football. I'm going to miss watching the Arsenal. I haven't said that in a long time. And I know some of you guys don't want to see Granit Xhaka back into the squad, but it does feel like Xhaka will be back for the Liverpool game at Anfield. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks so much for tuning in. Adios.